So if you're someone on a busy schedule, it can be hard to find the time to cook. So in this video, I want to share with you 4 tips for staying consistent in the kitchen so you can make your everyday cooking easy and time efficient. So if you're struggling to create a consistent cooking routine, one of the best things that you can do is to plan out your recipes. And this is something that a lot of people choose not to do because they don't think it's important, that it's going to make that much of a difference. But really, when you plan out your recipes in advance, you're knowing exactly what you're going to make when you do get into the kitchen, and you know that you have all the ingredients there to make it. So it becomes so much easier to actually cook recipes when you do spend time in the kitchen, because everything is there ready to go for you, and that streamlines the process. It makes things so much easier. And when cooking becomes easier, when you have a plan every time you're in the kitchen, it helps you be more consistent on an everyday basis. And when it comes to what you're making, you want to make sure that you're not overcomplicating your recipes. So when it comes to creating a consistent cooking routine, you want to make sure that cooking is going to be as easy as possible. And one of the best ways to do that is to make sure that you're using simple recipes for your everyday cooking. So this is going to help limit the amount of prep time that you have, as well as the amount of time that you spend cooking in the kitchen. Because when you pick simple recipes that don't have a ton of ingredients or have you spending a ton of time in the kitchen, it's going to make the entire process easier. And that helps you be able to create something that's going to work for you on a consistent basis. And when it comes to cooking, you don't just want to think about what you're making, you also want to think about how you're making it. So when it comes to creating a consistent routine, it's all about making the entire process as easy as possible. And one of the best ways to do that is to find a cooking strategy that works for you. So there are a million different cooking strategies out there. The ones that I've talked about on this channel are batch cooking, simple recipes, cooking hacks, but really there are a ton of them out there. And you want to find one that's going to be a good fit for you, that's going to fit the amount of time that you want to spend in the kitchen, that's going to fit the way that you want to cook. Because when you make the entire process of cooking easier, not just simplifying what it is you're making, it really helps you create that consistency and get into a routine that works for your everyday cooking. And lastly, if you're struggling to create a consistent cooking routine, one of the most counterintuitive things that you can do is to actually make creativity a habit. So a lot of people, especially if you're somebody on a busy schedule, it's so easy to get caught up making the same few recipes over and over again. In the moment, they're quick, they're easy, but after a while, it's really going to make your cooking feel bland, feel boring, and eventually you just really don't want to cook at all. And one of the easiest ways to avoid that is to add in little habits into your weekly cooking that keep you trying new things, whether that's new ingredients, new recipes, however you want to do it. You want to make sure that you're consistently keeping your cooking fun and exciting. And not only is this going to help prevent your cooking from becoming bland and boring, it's also going to make you want to cook because you're going to be excited to try different things. It's going to be something that's going to be fun rather than tedious and time consuming. So this is something that is really helpful in creating consistency because you're actually going to want to cook as opposed to dragging yourself through the process. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you get notified whenever I put out a new video like this. And if you're looking for more ways to make cooking easy and time efficient, you can check out my guide, How to Create Great Tasting Food Without Spending Hours Cooking. You can find a link to that in the description and in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.